Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you are good. I'm also doing well, and we thank God that we are here. Now, today I've come to do some analysis about the deputy presidential debate. Some people have asked me, Benson, where is your analysis on this debate? I've taken time to do some critical analysis, and this is what I've got for you today. But before I table my analysis, I want to thank the people who've taken their time to subscribe to this channel, and those who are coming in, the new subscribers, and those who've not already subscribed, I kindly request that you subscribe. Thank you so much, and may God bless you. Now, what stood out for me in this debate were a few things amongst many. I look at this debate as a platform that was well planned by the UDA team for a mission. Rigathi Gachagua came to that debate charged. He had actually been coached by his master, William RUTO, and he was ready to attack. He was given a Kenya, and I think at some point he was given a lot of scripts, a lot of Kenyans, to a level where he could not apply all of them, and he wasn't happy about that. Remember, at some point, he was eagerly almost moderating the debate. He told the smart that I don't have anything to say. I'm only waiting for the time when we'll be tabling the issues that the plans that we have for the people of Kenya. So in short, it's like he came with a summary of their manifesto and some tips that he had been coached on what to say. You remember, there's a time when he pulled out a paper and he was reading to us even the prices of fertilizer in some places. And he is not even aware that fertilizer is actually subsidized by the government. And now we need to remind him that there are so many things that have been subsidized, including fuel, including unga, the unga revolution. I'll do another analysis about unga later on. But quickly, I'll try to look at a few things on what stood out. And number one, let's look at family. Rigathi Gachagua comes in as a family man. Why? Trying to humiliate Martha Karua that she doesn't have a husband. Story cut short. That was his mission. But Martha Karua stood out to be the best family person at the end of the debate because the grandchildren came to actually give a hug to her. Who demonstrated to be a family man by the end of the debate? According to me, Martha Karua. And then focus and concentration. Rigathi Gachagua at some point did not focus on what was on the ground. His agenda was to attack Martha Karua, disorient Martha Karua. And it's a strategy that worked for him because by the end of the day, Martha Karua did not as well focus on giving her the best out of her. And that is why most people think, oh, Martha Karua is overrated. No, Martha Karua had content. She answered the questions correctly. Take it or leave it. I'm giving you the analysis the way it is. Martha Karua took the day, according to my own analysis. And then, relevance. This guy comes in and starts to give answers that are not exactly related to the question that is being asked. At one point, I felt like he was repeating himself, talking about the economy, this debate, we are going to look at, this is the plan we have. You've been asked a question about something, and then you deviate and take people back to the economy, take people back to the way Kenyans are suffering, take people back to what you are planning to do. You've been asked a question, a simple example. You've been asked a question about if the deputy president's role needs to be elected or appointed. The guy goes around to a level where he did not answer that question. The panelists had to remind him to answer the question again. Like, you've not answered this question. Go back to this one. So another thing that stood out, and that is actually the key thing, according to my analysis, is the charge, the way these two gentlemen, that is William Ruto, his master, and Rigathi Gachagua, are so charged and focusing on the first family. I'm not here to defend the first family, but they were not there to defend themselves. They've always been attacked. William Ruto has attacked the first family. And it's a strategy that seems to be working for William Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua. Play a victim. Go there and claim that, oh, I've been a good person. The only person who pulled me down was Uhuru Kenyatta. That is William Ruto. I've been good. I'm the best. Even went to Mount Kenya and convinced Mount Kenya people that I came here, I've assisted this guy, I've done this guy. But the person who has pulled me down is Uhuru Kenyatta. It doesn't mean well for me. Look at what Rigathi Gachagua is now doing. And then another thing, you are telling us that you'll form a commission to investigate state capture. My question is, which commission has actually done something substantive in Kenya that we can refer to? Look at the Ndungu report. Look at the Truth, Justice and Reconciliation reports. They mentioned the Kenyatta family, like the most recent one, about land and political injustices. There is no president who can implement a commission's report that mentions him. So those reports you are telling us are stories. You cannot tell us that. And I like the way Martha brought it out. You cannot form a commission to investigate corruption. You take it head on. Not commissions. We don't need commissions to fight corruption, Bwana Rigathi Gachagua. That is my take. I know there are many other people who are under state capture, the cartels, and that is why Martha Karua came to his rescue. He said, actually, let me help Rigathi Gachagua, who state capture is. And she actually brought out a narrative of the cartels and how they do business with the government. And that was, according to me, the best answer that Rigathi Gachagua should have given. Now, the revenge mission, another highlight. These two gentlemen will try and give Kenyatta family hard time.
We'll go after all those who are in state capture and conflict of interest.
Who are they?
But what are you saying?
That will come out in the commission. I'm saying there will be a commission because the real corruption that we need to deal with, not what Honorable Mother is talking about, is state capture and conflict of interest, where the people in power have used their offices to usurp public resources to their advantage and to the disadvantage of the rest of Kenyans. You are aware that the milk industry has been monopolized by state capture and conflict of interest, where the owners of that monopoly decide how much to buy from the farmers and how much to sell to the consumers.
So, Honorable.
And extort the people of Kenya.
Clarity for the Kenyans who are watching.
Yeah.
At the center of government is President Uhuru Kenyatta.
Yes.
Are you going to go after President Uhuru Kenyatta finishes his term?
I have said we are not talking about individuals. We'll deal with state capture and conflict of interest. Anybody who is involved in state capture and conflict of interest will be held to account.
The first family, sir. So grab the bull by its horns. Don't perhaps cut around the issue. You are talking about the first family. So in essence, you are saying you will go after them. Isn't that true?
I am saying this is state capture. I've given you an example. You will feel for yourself what needs to happen.
All right.
And I am saying that is what we need to deal with.
Look at that body language. Look at it. Look at his eyes. The guy looks like he'll do something. Trust me. If they win the election, they will revisit. They will try and make President Uhuru Kenyatta's retirement life hard and humiliate him. In any project they'll be doing, they'll be referring to his failed project or some of his projects. Say, oh, we've done this. This guy could not do it. We inherited a government that had failed. We are going after this. They'll probably even go after the first family heads on and even jail them. They are charged and they are ready. It's the Kenyatta family that is pulling me down. I regard the GACHAGUA. Even those corruption cases that you are talking about, I'm not corrupt. I made these millions through these means. So the cartels, the state capture is actually the Kenyatta family. William Ruto is in government. There's no other state capture than what William Ruto is doing. He's in the office earning a salary. What else stood out? Gossip. Regarding GACHAGUA, alionyesha kama alibehave kama mtu mwenye akona umama to some extent. I'm sorry to say, that is the fact. There's no way you can start mentioning people who are not there to defend themselves. Mother Karua, on the other hand, actually professionally, she actually gave her own ideas, her own points, and the plan that they have as Azimio. But this guy comes in and starts to mention people who are not there to defend themselves. President Uhuru Kenyatta. It's like the debate was between Rigathi Gachagua and Uhuru Kenyatta. Then he mentioned Gideon Moi, that they wanted to take out William Ruto from the government and then appoint Gideon Moi as the deputy. Really? And then he comes up and mentions people like Nancy Gitau, that Nancy Gitau was sent to me. If I don't cooperate with the support so and so, I'll face the music. A man doesn't talk about people. Men talk about issues, and mostly talking about people who are not there to defend themselves. I found it really demeaning of Rigathi Gachagua. So those are some of the things that stood out, but apparently, depending on how you looked at it and which side of the coalition you support, probably you will not exactly be able to see some of the things that I've seen or some of the things that somebody else has seen. So stay where you are. By the end of the day, what we need is peace and a peaceful transition. Thank you so much, guys. That is my take. May God bless you. See you in the next video.